tell y'all something. You know, back when I was young, man, I had seen some cheese on a board. I was like, damn, that cheese looked hella good. I gotta give me some of that shit, man.
Yeah.
So I gets to nibbling on the cheese, and all of a sudden, smatter that. Guess what it was? Rat trap. So the moral of the story, watch yourselves. They hypnotize you with that ass and them booty shorts twerking for a nigga. Next thing you know, they pregnant. Asking you for money. Man, these hoes is cheese on a board.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Badash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who were well. The salutation of much love. Yakim out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. For some Great Millstone Tampa, I'm the brother Ash.
Brother Mayum.
And we're just going to go into the spirit of this lesson, which is, twofold, really. We're going to hit on women, as you see, the post-production, it'll be at the beginning of the video. These hoes is cheese on the board, 304s, whatever you want to call them. And the reason I was meditating on this because it's something Elder Ariella said in his past video, in his latest videos, is be circumspect. And he was pretty much going into, this ain't the time to be simping for these hoes, man. All right? Because especially here in America, these hoes, or the majority of women are hoes, sluts, and their main goal is to get you out the truth, man. Because these women are driven by Satan, for the most part, I'm not saying every woman, there will be women out there to get on board. There's some women already on board, but for the most part, these women will bring you to a piece of bread, as the scriptures say, or as a trap. Well, you got that real quick?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 6. And I'll just read 24 through 26. It says, to keep thee, Proverbs 6 and 24, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman, lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and adulteresses will hunt for their precious life. Mm-hmm. And that's what these women do, man. That's why they wear makeup. Yep. They say they say they wear makeup for themselves. We'll walk around the house with no makeup on, like these guys be saying, man. But then you see a lot of what happens to a lot of men is they get brought to a low point in life because of these women that they fall for, man. And we've all been victim of it, to one extent or another, But
this ain't the time, like Ariella was saying. This ain't the time for all that, man. Hey, the women are coming, man, pursuing Isaiah 41. But if you, the horn dog out here, every pretty bitch you see, just because she got some makeup and the cumbrellas on, you're gonna be falling into the trap, man. Because that's the whole purpose of that. Going back into the ancient ways, the harlots, the hoes, the prostitutes wore that, and now every bitch wears a makeup. And then, their bitch will look completely different with a whole different person without the makeup on. It's a snare.
that's witchcraft, man.
Exactly.
Deceiving.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Got more on that? That was it.
No, that was
it. This is a Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 2. It says, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. Yeah, you're not supposed to give too much power to a woman, man. She's supposed to follow you, not the other way around. Which that's the scripture. The women shall rule over thee, and children shall be the oppressors, being Esau. But the women rule over it because what? These simp ass niggas out here allowing it.
Yeah. Real quick, just on that point. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 25. I applied, and this is the wisest man that ever lived.
Yep.
Yahweh Shai, King Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It says, I applied mine heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom. Okay. And pretty much, that's pretty much the point I wanted to get, because he didn't say he sought out to seek women, although he had them. But what was the first thing he asked the Lord for? Wisdom to rule, man. Because that is the principal thing, man. That's what you should be chasing after, especially knowing the times, man.
Or the real woman, Sophia.
Right, exactly.
Because we'll get into it, but it's verse back in Sirach. You was finished on that?
Yeah, that was
Sirach 9 and 3. And this is what linked that video you're gonna see at the beginning with the nigga turtles. It says, meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. And that was a harlot's attire. What you see around today in America. Makeup on, booty shorts, tits out, twerking, Okay, what he say? What else he say? Master Splinter say? Nigga Splinter. He was like, gonna be twerking. That's the cheese on the board. And moral of the story is these hoes, it's a trap. And they just said, least thou fall into her snares. What is a snare? It's a trap.
Yeah, they lead you down. Well, the scriptures say, you know, through the woman we all die, man. And that's what happens to these men that be following after women instead of the women following the men. That's why you see the world in the condition it's in, man. Because it's the turning of things upside down. You know, what does the other scriptures say? Women rule over them, and children are their oppressors. Okay, women have been placed to be above the man and put in a position of power, so to say, to where men are having to follow after women, and they got to do what the woman will leave them, or say they got, you know, raped by them, or, you know, to put the man back in a lower position, man. Which that's how all society is geared, man. You know, that's why these boys are turning into bundles of sticks. Okay, because there's women in positions of leadership in society nowadays, primarily in the West, you know, which is the dragon.
Yep.
You know,
and why are these women called hoes? Because they're dealing with multiple men,
right?
And that's how you spiritually you become a play to harlot, because you're dealing with all these philosophies. So you don't want to, you know, which all these women are hoes at the end of the day, unless you find yourself a virgin, or she's been widowed. Which that's very few in between. And keep going, reading on. This is Sirach 9:4. It says, use not much the company of a woman that is a singer. Was going into that this weekend with the brothers. Lest thou be taken with her attempts. Gaze not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her, or precious in her. Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thine inheritance. Yeah. Because men go out, which we gonna bring that out, when niggas will go out their way and go, aka be simps, you know, or sympathizers for these hoes, right? But then losing all their money. Now these niggas, you hear this, you married her, and now she took half your shit. You on alimony, child support, all this crazy shit.
Which the woman, according to the law of the scriptures, man, the
Don't
woman
take
is
nothing.
supposed to go out, not even with the children,
With the clothes on her back.
Yep,
that's it.
nothing.
It says, look, verse 7, look not round about thee in the streets. Because where are you going to find her? She belongs to the streets. It says, look not. Wait, come on, man. That's how you know Jake come up with these things. It says, look not around thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in the solitary places thereof. Turn away. This is what the brother mentioned earlier. It says, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. And that's what a hoe is. A woman that has a man or is just going around fucking.
Right.
Frivolously.
Yeah, the biblical, political correct answer is harlot.
Yep.
That's a
wench. It says, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine. Lest thine heart incline unto her. So that's why you're not supposed to be around another man's woman, especially a brother. You know, you get a good day, especially if wine's involved, because women are demons by nature, man. You know, unfortunately, that's the reality. You know, even if a woman knows she is like, she's still gonna have demons on her. So how much more if she a hoe out there? Which, you know, disclaimer, the scripture do say a harlot shall enter into the kingdom, but not every bitch out here slinging her booty cheeks is gonna make it. It says, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. Because what? He that committed the adultery killeth himself, or destroyeth himself, roughly paraphrasing.
Right.
All right, that was it on that.
Real quick, this is Proverbs 7. And, you know, brothers that know this chapter, you know, it goes in onto the strange woman, okay? But just at the top, because the brother just read that, you know, that men basically losing their life over these women. This is Proverbs 7:1. It says, my son, keep my words, which is the words of the Lord are wisdom, the true woman you're supposed to be seeking after, and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live. Mm-hmm. And my law is the apple of thine eye. Like these men, they set their women up in a like that's the apple of their eye. Like the Lord looks at us, man. And you know, there's no, you know, a man's natural urge is to look upon his woman that he loves in that certain manner. But you got to know the times, man. Knowing the times, what manner of persons ought you to be, man.
Even Paul said that if you can find it, it's better to
thou
that are married, be as thou art not married, because it's hell dealing with these women. You know, we're not in our kingdom. Shit, these women are against us at this point in time, man.
Right. Because it's going to ultimately, well, if you keep following after your woman and putting her first, hey, what's going to end up happening is you're going to lose your life, man.
Yep.
Because as the scriptures say, he who shall gain his life shall lose it, man. And you're trying to gain a life here in a society with a defiled woman and a defiled world, and trying to make something of it, and it's not going to come. It's going to come to naught, man.
And she got all them spirits in her, and you taking her advice and her counsel.
Right. Shit, and just
because she look good, you gonna
right.
you go above and beyond just because you like her, you know what she look like.
Yep.
And half of the time these bitches be through.
Right.
It's all that makeup, man.
Yep. This is 1 Corinthians 7 and straight to the point, verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Okay, and that's the point, man. The time is short. Again, what manner of person ought ye to be, man? But in all holy conversation and godliness, that should be what you're chasing after, man. That should be what is the principal thing, which is the true wisdom of the Lord, the one that Solomon likened unto a woman, okay, who he searched after, man. But here it is, the turning of things upside down. You got men searching out there, the fleshly women.
Yep.
You know.
Which, you know, again, if you have a wife already, right. You know, you have to deal with it according to knowledge. But if you're out here, you know, you're on Tinder and you're the Tinder swindler, you know, you're going out to the clubs every weekend to hook up with a bitch, you're not in the right spirit, man. Now, it's not unlawful to deal with bitches, but it gets, are you putting that above the brotherhood and the truth? You know, you out here every weekend, you know, you trying to find a new bitch, man. We just read the scriptures, you know, about the beautiful woman, because that's what they do. Women will beautify themselves and go out. What do you think they're going out for? Fun times? Girls just want to have fun. Yeah, who's gonna give them the fun?
Cindy Lauper said.
Yeah. The boss of But who girls gonna want to have fun at whose expense? Right. Your simpleton ass. This is what was I? Ecclesiastes 7, and I'm gonna go to verse 26. It says, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets. Going back to the cheese on the board. Mm-hmm. These women's hearts are snares and nets, man. Because one way or another, they're going to try to get you out of the truth because you ain't going to show them the attention they want. So they're going to look for the next nigga to give them the attention they want or the lifestyle they want. These hoes, here it is, you know, these red pill guys go into it, especially the fresh and fit guys. All these bitches want is to go to Dubai, go to Tulum, you know, go to all these exotic places. And as a man of the Lord, you're not finna do that. And if you do, you are doing that, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because you doing all that, man, you definitely not in the right spirit. Taking no bitch to goddamn Tulum. Bitches need to be happy at home. Man, we're not trying to bash women, but it's time to learn your damn role and shut your mouth. All right? And you know, if you claim to be a woman of the Lord, or you claim to know the truth as a woman, it's better. Sometimes it's better to deal with women that don't know the truth, honestly, because at least, you know, they ain't gonna hit you with the scriptures. Right. You know, you leave the toilet seat up, they're gonna hit you with the scriptures and shit. But it says, and I find more bitter than death. So he's saying, and this is Solomon again, Ecclesiastes. Mm-hmm. He said it's better to die than to deal with than the woman whose heart is snets and theirs, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. That was it. That was pretty. Actually, I got more. Well, let me keep reading. It says, "Behold, this have I found," saith the preacher, which Ecclesiastes means, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High hath made man upright, but they have sought many inventions. So there ain't no righteous women out here. There ain't no daughters of Sarah. Yeah. You know, they gonna be right when that shit hit the fan. That's when they gonna get in line. Yep. You know, and again, there's exceptions. You know, there's women with men of the Lord already that's, you know, doing the best they can. I'll say that, because they ain't perfect, just like we ain't perfect. But these hoes out here, man, they're snares and nets, man. You might start spending too much time with her. Now you only done one lesson this week.
Right, and that's where it comes into, men have sought out many inventions, man. Jake tried to come up with ways in his mind to give this woman more and more time. Yeah. You know?
Why can't we go out to movies on Saturday? Yeah. They say, you know, you lying to the brotherhood about I couldn't come to cunt because of this and this, and then you really out there took the bitch to Red Lobster so she can eat and enjoy.
Strawberry,
chocolate, strawberries.
strawberries.
Feeding them to, that's the. Well, you had more on that?
Yeah, no, 1 Corinthians 7. 1 Corinthians 7, and I'll start at verse 31. It says, "And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passes away," man. And yeah, use these women, man, but don't abuse it.
Yeah.
Use these women what they're good for at this particular time, and the majority of
because it said if he burn, let him burn, you know.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you know, but you know, you ain't gotta, you know, especially now, you just deal with a woman the easiest you can get.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying get no busted bitches and fat hoes, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, to each his own, though. I know there's some brothers out there, chubby chasers, but hey, you know, hey, if you got to deal with a harlot, so what? At least you getting it out the way. You know what she coming for, and you know what she, instead of simping around buying this bitch's roses and taking her on this expensive ass meals and trips on the seaside, you know, the Carnival cruise, and then you know, maybe 3 weeks later you get the box. Just pay up front, you know, shit, and then get beyond with your way. Or just, you know, hey, each brother to do their own thing, but if you out here simping, man, you doing all the too much. Just like you can do too much in the truth. You can do way too much, you know, trying to get a bitch, man.
It's just said. It said they that use this world has not abusing it. You know, we use women for pleasure, man. That's what they're built for. That's what they were.
And there's a scripture against that.
Right.
Says to seek not a woman for her pleasure.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
And that's because, see, that's the society we live in. That's the only thing we can use them at. Because they know what else are they good for? Yeah, they're not a help me. They're not a pillar of rest.
Yep.
They just hell and chaos. They bring chaos to your life.
Which is their sole true purpose is
bring
to be
hell
a help
upon
unto you.
Oh yeah, kind of.
But
now it's flipped upside down.
Yeah, they're not a help.
Yep.
They're just now all you can do is use these women for pleasure because they're not real women.
Yep, they want
That's
they want you to, what is it, 6 figures, 6 inches, 6 pack.
Right.
What, and all the bitches want the same shit, but they can't all get it. But you know, they one way or another they expect some money out of you,
Right.
and cause you make your life miserable.
It says verse 32, "But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belongeth to the Lord,
Yep.
how he may please the Lord." You see, and that's why your first love should be this truth, man. Sophia, the wisdom that was given to us from the Lord, man. Okay, because the wisdom leadeth unto life, which is, life comes of the Lord, man. The Lord is the power of the living and the dead, but first and foremost, the living, man. Like the scriptures say, you know, a dead or a living dog is better than a dead lion, man. A lot of you men are you know, allowing yourself to succumb to death through these women, man. You know. But it goes on to say, verse 33, "But he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife." You know, which is going into that First Ezra chapter 4.
That's when you start simping.
All right. Yep.
You want to please his wife instead of her pleasing you.
Yep. I gotta work. I gotta make money to take care of her.
Which that's
Get her,
all right. You know, you're supposed to do that. But now you're going above and beyond when,
Right.
you know, because she's a strong woman.
Right.
So if you don't provide enough, she gonna go look for the next nigga that can.
Now, if you have a so-called understanding woman, which it's hard to find those, you know, some brothers got wives that they know what they do and they know that, hey,
She might cook food for brothers and
yeah,
shit.
Either you with it or you're not, and if you're not with it, then there's the door.
Yep. Give her a bill of divorce.
Right, man. You got that's a spirit that you got to be in if you are dealing with some of these women, man. Is they start becoming too much of a burden because they're going to be a burden no matter how good they are, man.
Yeah, you out here courting a bitch.
Right.
And there's a next nigga that ain't doing
Ain't
shit.
niggas.
He beating the cheeks down while
Right.
your ass is spending money on her.
Out here playing the guitar out her window on the side.
Right, with the boom box above your head and shit. Baby, come back. Hey, but well, we're going to get to it because we're not just making this up. You see it every day. They literally call them simps, blue pill or whatever,
Right.
you know, and this is in the scriptures. We're going to get to it. But you have more?
No, that was
And this is in Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 25, verse 13. It says, "Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman." Yeah, because these women will go, they're vindictive. They're evil, man. Once they want to get back to you, what they say, there's no scorn like the scorn of a woman. They're malicious with this shit. They're like how's it go? Evil master planners, man. they'll plot on you, and then they smile in your face.
Right.
You know,
come up with some whole scheme, man.
Yeah.
Women will set you up, man. Whether it be by the police or some niggas. You know? All because you might have said something to her to stop doing this, or told you to stop talking to these niggas on social media, or to delete your social media. Now she's trying to get back at you.
Or she might, just like, you know, that you read earlier about the makeup, pretty much. You might find her the first night at the club, and you think she likes me for me.
Right.
You know. All right. Next thing you know, you at her crib, and then the niggas busting the door down.
Right.
And then you know, that was a setup. It says, in any affliction with the affliction of them that hate me, in any revenge with the revenge of my enemies. Let me jump down to 16. It says, I'd rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Get Proverbs 21:19. So it's better to deal with a lion and a dragon, all right, than to deal with a wicked woman. Because of what the scriptures say, a wicked woman's countenance changes. Roughly paraphrasing. Right. Them demons come out. You know, that's not even, can't even recognize this bitch, man.
What's wrong with
And women are ungrateful in 2023, man. You do all this shit for them for no reason, and they still ungrateful. Yeah, there's another nigga willing to do even more, be a bigger simp than you, or there's a playboy that don't got to do none of that and take your bitch. And that's the unfortunate reality we deal with in America. You got that?
Yeah. Proverbs 21:19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness.
In the wilderness, out there in the woods, or in the desert.
Than with a contentious and an angry woman.
Right, but now they bitches think that's cute, arguing and saying these little witty things.
Me.
Yeah.
You know.
Better to go out there in the wilderness than to deal with a contentious woman. Every time you say something, she's battling you. Especially the black woman, you know.
Got something to say to something that you say.
Yep.
That's a woman that you don't want to be around, man. Because eventually, what's going to end up happening is you're going to lose it.
Yep.
You're going to lose your mind.
Or you're going to be just your spirit's going to be beat. You know,
depressed.
Yeah, depressed. Now you moping around.
Not reading no more.
Yeah, now you moping around like a bitch, man.
Yeah, right.
It say back in that was pretty much it on that, right? Yeah. This is back in Sirach 25:17. It says, here's that word. It says, the wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. So when them demons come out, man, you like, what the fuck? You got snot boogers coming out, screaming at you, pointing the finger like she's your boss and shit.
All in your face.
Yeah, and then you fucking lay her out. You the bad guy. You know, she might even put hands on you. And then, you know, she gonna want to get back, you know, in some way or another. It say, verse 18, her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth this, shall sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
Yeah, and the reason why you sign is because you know what you got to go back home to, man.
Yep.
Like, oh, man. I got to go home now. I'm 5 minutes late. You're going to be asking me where I was, why I smell the way I smell, and all types of shit.
And then you come home, she ain't even got dinner cooked.
Right.
House is dirty. Baby's got shitty Pampers.
Right.
But you out there breaking your back 80 hours a week, you know.
Right.
And because you married a hoe. Now she want to still live what they call it, a city girl lifestyle, or whatever the fuck it is. Well,
yeah, city girls.
That's where she belonged. She belonged to the city. Now it's just your turn. And if you were dumb enough to put a seed in her, now you're gonna have to deal with the consequences. Mm-hmm. It says, which, you know, if it happens, it happens. That was the Lord's will. But where was that? Verse 20. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. It's like, damn, it's a struggle. Right. You know, you're an old man trying to climb a sandy hill. It's a struggle. Mm-hmm. Say, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Right. Yeah, you stumbling across her beauty. Now you're willing to do anything to get that box.
Right.
Yeah, because that's all, you know, modern people or modern men look at women as sex objects when they're supposed to raise your kids, you know, they're supposed to be women, which is a female servant. They're supposed to be your the ones that hold down the house, so to say, while you out there laboring away. And then when you get home, they're supposed to comfort you. But these women today don't have any of those qualities. All right, they're not motherly. They're not nurturing. Okay, they don't give a damn about you, man. They just looking at what you can provide for them.
All right.
Again, for the most part,
to reap the benefits, but not have to do their part.
Right.
You know. Just be like the saying in the world goes, pillow princesses.
Yep.
They just want to lay there.
Yeah, that'll be in the kingdom. But now, shit, Jake out here got to work to barely pay the bills, and this bitch thinks she can just chill at home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the perfect scenario, that's fine. You know, if you're making enough money for that, that's cool. But most Jakes ain't making enough money for that. You know,
right.
Especially you got kids or children. In the kingdom, our women will get to ride around. Their feet won't touch the earth, you know, have niggas carrying them around on the little pillars and shit, you know, and get to chill all day long, you know. But what? They'll be righteous then. Then now you deserve it because you'll be right in your right mind. But now you bitches, you deserve to, you know.
What you get.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. What you get, what you get, you know.
We're only complaining about the things that they cause them.
Right, because we'll end off in that first Ezra's, but that's what a man wants to do. He wants to take care of his woman so she don't have to work. But hey, even then, even if a man's not making enough money, he still wants his woman to just stay at home. Because you don't want your woman to be goggled all day long. Because she out there in booty shorts,
right.
You know, or even if she out there in sweatpants, niggas still we men, we know what niggas looking at, right. And it ain't the damn, you know, it ain't the pictures on the wall, so to say. Verse back in Sirach 25 and 22, a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. Yeah, because these women, feminism has destroyed the society, destroyed the mentality, and it's also destroyed men's mind. Because that's where there wasn't no simping prior to feminism on this level, you know. Because this is truly simping, you know. Because what simping stand for? Sympathizing, or what's this? How's it go?
I don't know exactly.
I know the mediocre pussy. Look it up real quick. This, damn, was it serving or some shit like that? But that's what it is, because these women, the average woman, hell, most women, they don't bring nothing. Simpleton, idolizing mediocrity. Yeah, it's simpletons. Idolizing mediocre pussy. That's what it is. And with that mediocre pussy is a bitch that don't do nothing. She don't cook. She don't clean. She might have a fancy job, but she out there hoeing in the streets, man.
Yeah, the Urban Dictionary says it is when a man. Where is it? It says it is when a man is overly submissive to a female and gains nothing from it.
Nothing from it, but you over here buying her shit. She call you up. You over there rushing through the speeding and shit.
Coming through the hoop with
fire. And then you don't even get no pussy.
All because she said she brings
her
hungry.
Sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah, she hungry.
Or she need a ride. Yep. And then making up an excuse she's going to sleep. Me and Tyrone's on the way.
Right.
Verse 23. A wicked woman abated the courage. Yeah, the courage. Because that's why these simps don't have the courage to tell these bitches what they want. Listen, bitch. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to, grocery shop for you.
Right.
I want you for me and me only. The men don't have that courage anymore. Because these women have so many, avenues they can go down that the nigga, he'll do anything. Because, because his mindset, he don't have no courage. He's not. He in his mind, he's pathetic. To put it bluntly, you're doing too much for a woman. You're pathetic. Excuse for a man. It says, "Maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees." That's why you have these men suicidal, MGTOW. Men going their own way, all these things, because these women are making them weak hands and feeble knees, man. Discouraging them, even in their own households. belittling them.
Yep.
It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
All right, there you go, man. Going all the way back to the beginning. Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived brought death into the world, roughly paraphrasing, man. You know? And that's why chasing after them, it leadeth unto death, man. Because through them, wickedness was brought upon the world, you know?
And we have
caused us to go off, you know?
And we got plenty of examples of great men that fell because of
Right.
women. It says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And you got these simps out here let their women go out for ladies' night,
Right.
come back at 5 a.m. That's madness.
Right.
And then, you know, hey, sweetie. You know, there's a lot of men in our nation that do this, man. Even, I'd say even men in this truth be going off the rails for these women. Verse 26, if she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. Just get rid of her. So,
as the scripture says, man, it's better to enter into the kingdom maimed.
Yep.
So it's better than just to cut her off from you, man,
Yep.
than to let it bring you down, man, and slow you down. Because, hey, man, there's an end goal to this thing, man. If you don't want no things dragging you down to get there, man. And like we read earlier, Paul said it, man. The time is short. There ain't much time left in this race that we're running, man. And if you have too much baggage, you're gonna miss the plane. You're gonna miss the takeoff, man.
This is First Ezra, chapter 4, verse. And you know you got to read the 3rd chapter to get the full description. But pretty much there was 3 men that came up to Darius, and let me just read it just real quick. As one said, the first wrote, wine is the strongest. The second wrote, the king is the strongest. The third wrote, women are strongest. But above all things, true beareth away the victory. So just to give you the background, we're gonna just jump straight to the third man that said it, which is Zerubbabel. I'll start at verse 13. It says, First Ezra 4:13. Then the third, who had spoken of women and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. This was King David. And what he saw Bathsheba, right? And then what happened? He let her the beauty.
Get over it.
Exactly. And what he ended up doing,
Overcome.
committing adultery.
Yep.
So he saw her, he was like, damn, that's a bad bitch. What was it? He went to the rooftop. I think that's in
Committed murder and everything.
Yep.
Had a man killed.
Exactly. So he
Premeditated
went off
murder.
twice.
Yep.
Committed adultery and well, that's why he wanted to kill the man.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't technically commit adultery, but hey.
Right. He planned it.
Yeah. But verse 14 says, O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even if they came, they nourished up them that planted the vineyards from whence the wine cometh. See, so we're not bashing women. We're not, women haters. They serve their role clearly. He's going into it. They bring forth life. These also make garments for men. Yeah, you tell a woman to sew you clothes now, though. These bring glory unto men. Now they're bringing shame unto men. Mm-hmm. That bitch out there twerking, and then she's like, "Hey, ain't that such and such woman?"
Right.
Or they see her kissing in the corner of the club.
Or you hear about it.
Yep. Hey man, we heard your girl's a slut. You're a laughing stock of your boys, man. They bring glory unto men, and without women cannot man be. Yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? And letting all those things go, do they not gape and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her, and have, because it's in our nature to look at a woman and lust after her. That's why they're supposed to be covered up, because a man's eyes are automatically gonna look. No matter how hard you try, you gonna one way or another you gonna take a quick glance, because it's just in our nature, man. That's why Scripture saying we read earlier, sitting not with another woman at all.
Right.
especially with how these women walk around today.
Right.
And the Lord said, if you lusting after her in your mind, you've already committed adultery.
Right. And don't let these women tell you, man, that it's okay for them to have male friends. Because like the scripture the brother just read, don't sit not at all with another man's wife. If you can't even sit down with another man's wife, what makes you think being friends is okay?
You want friends, you get a sister wife, bitch. How about that?
Be a fucking man and tell that bitch to shut the fuck up. And if she don't
kick her to the curb.
Get rid of that bitch. Yeah. Or just get rid of her.
Yeah, just get rid of her. Yeah, don't even tell her to get. If she don't get rid of them by herself, just get rid of her.
Yeah, it's gonna be an argument, and if she don't believe in the scriptures, she's gonna be like, oh well, I don't. Blah blah. They're gonna come up with every book excuse in the book, man.
And if let's say you do say, hey, I don't like you having male friends or whatever, and she says, I don't want to do that. I'll rather leave you. Say, okay, good. Just like, all right, good. Finally, I was hoping you would say something because I'm tired of you, and then just walk off, or say, okay, I'll be all right, and then just leave. And I bet you she most likely she might get rid of those friends. It says, verse 19, it says, and letting all those things go, do they not gape and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever? So, man, what do you think he getting the gold and silver for? He wants some bitches. Yeah, right. Like, where the bitches at?
That's why you see on a low level, Jake always trying to get the gold chains,
bling bling,
the bracelets,
the fancy cars, right. The women in the caviar. Right. See, Jake, look, niggas don't get cars, supercars, because they might like cars, but they doing it to get bitches. They don't get them big old diamond out chains.
It's one of the main reasons they want to be seen with a woman in that nice ass car. Because you see a man by himself driving around in downtown, you be like, look at this
loser. Fool. I don't have a bitch with me.
Why is he driving around by himself in the car? It's like, he's a show off.
You know damn well why he's driving around. Right. He's looking for some bitches.
Right, exactly.
And bitches, look, so you might drive a Toyota Camry, and she see a nigga with a Lambo, tell her to get in. She might just get in.
There's plenty of gold digger videos on YouTube.
Some of them be staged, but shit, trust me, them bitches be looking for nice cars, but they want a lifestyle. Yep. Even the bitch working at McDonald's. Verse 20, a man leaveth his own father that brought him up in his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticks not to spend his life with his he sticks not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. By this also you must know that women have dominion over you. Do you not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Mm-hmm. See, so but that's again, we mentioned earlier, that's a natural thing a man wants to do. But there's a level to you can only go so far. These guys are being overly, Captain Simps or Captain Saberhose, doing way too much, man. Giving everything unto their women. Right. Which obviously you want to give your woman a good lifestyle that deserves it. Right. But when you start bending over backwards and doing somersaults through the burning hoops, right, you got issues.
Right. And Yahweh Shai, man, he serves his elect and he has care for his elect. But the reason why he serves and shows love and care for his elect is because they're doing the will of him, man. Right. They're doing what they need to show themselves approved in the eyes of the bridegroom, man.
Yeah. And they're going to be presented as virgins.
Right, exactly.
Verse 23, yea, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sell upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in the darkness. And when he has stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love.
Jacob go rob a CVS for cash and medication just for his wife, man, or his kids.
Go above and beyond. Be a simp.
Right. Get locked up for a woman, man.
Shit, you got people out here doing shit, crazy shit, outlandish shit, and the bitch don't even give you the box. Right. I mean, obviously, again, there's more to just having sex with a woman, but in today's day, that's all they're good for.
Good for nothing.
Good, exactly. Because every bitch got a pussy. Shit. Right. Verse 25, wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father and mother. See, so a man's going to be, you're not having sex with your parents unless it's some kind of inbred Edomite shit. So, of course, a man's going to love his wife more than he loves his father and mother. It says,
and that's one thing you men need to understand is your woman's not gonna love you as much as you love her, man.
yep.
She ain't gonna care about you the way you care about her.
See, because a man will love his wife more than he loves his mother and father, but a father and mother would always love you, the man, more than your wife will.
Right, exactly.
Because your wife, she gonna leave you. And here in this society, your wife will leave you at the blink of an eye
Yep.
and take your shit with her.
Yep. Exactly.
It says, verse 26, yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sake.
And real quick too, because you know the scriptures talk about that if you do get another wife, that you can't diminish from the first wife.
Yep.
Well, let you diminish anything from your woman.
One wife,
even
yeah.
with just having her. Let you diminish something from her and watch her try to leave, like the brother just said, in that blink of an eye, man. But let her. She don't even accomplish everything that she's supposed to. She's diminishing from you, and
Right.
you doing everything that you're doing.
Yeah,
Man.
you come home, the toilet's dirty,
Right.
and she just been chilling at the house.
Nagging. The trash ain't been taken out. Well,
You take it out, bitch. Nah, but you know,
I'll get to it.
we're making light of it, but
Yeah.
this is the reality, man. This is one of the curses that the Lord has bestowed upon us, man.
She shall
And that's
be-
so
her eye
right.
shall be evil to
Yep.
the husband of her bosom.
And her children.
And her children.
So this is the reason why these women are snares, and we read it. They're snares and nets. Cheese on the board. All right, a couple more verses here. Where did I leave off? Verse 20. Oh, let me read that again. Verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Yeah, you got the servant. Modern day term would be a simp. So it says on the side note, instead for running out of their wits, it says grown desperate. So yea, many there be that have grown desperate for women and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That was it, man. You know, there's these men. Some men have died over women.
Kingdoms have been brought down.
You know, kingdoms have been brought down.
Men have gone to war. You know?
Helen of Troy. Yeah. Gone out of their wits. All right, perish. Shit, you in modern days, you know, you have women out here start talking shit to some random big ass nigga, and next thing you know, you pancake laid out on the floor, and where's she gonna be at? First of all, she gonna lose respect for you because you got pancake, and second of all, she might go with the nigga that just beat your ass. But it was all because of her. She opened her mouth, yapping away. That's why it's better to dwell on the rooftop than with a quarrelsome woman. Because if she don't respect you enough to keep her mouth shut, what makes you think she's gonna keep her mouth shut with some stranger?
Right.
You know, and there's a skit Patrice O'Neal did in one of his stand-ups. Or no, it was when he had the Black Phillip show. He said that his woman, he was at some kind of a bakery or whatever. They were in line, and his woman started talking trash to some random dude, and he just walked away. And then she's
Right,
like, she comes to him and said, "Why'd you walk away?"
That's your problem.
They could have, and he started. He said they could have what? And that's the point. They could have what? They could have punched you in the face, a grown ass man, or knock a woman's. Well, now these black women are got super demons on them, but nonetheless, typical woman gets punched in the face, she's out of there. So these women will put you in some precarious situations that might get you killed, man. Especially if she a hoe. She used to nobody telling her no and nobody speaking against her. Or niggas just hand and foot waiting for her. You sending her $2,000 on Cash App for a picture of her toe, pinky toe. These women are these hoes, okay? And if there are hoes out there that are gonna be saved, just don't. I mean, you still a hoe, but you know you get saved. But the majority of these women is gonna die here in America. All right, a bunch of hoes and snares. All right, cheese on the board. You got anything else? Huh?
No, that's pretty much the point.
Yeah. All right, so with that, Lord's will, this was edifying to the hopeful elect. I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Chak Vadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone who were well. Salutation and much love, Yakim. Shalom.